I do have this conversation a lot with Africans or even just Caribbean people who will often look down on Black Americans. Number one, they will say they lazy, they ghetto. I've heard African parents tell their kids not to date African American men, not to marry them, things of that nature. What are some negative stereotypes y'all heard about Black Americans from your parents, from your friends?
You literally said it all.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
All right.
Like, my mom would tell me not to marry an African American.
Yeah.
She says it all the time.
Even when I hear like African parents say that, it very much sounds like the same rhetoric that a white person would tell their kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't marry that Black guy. Like, he's ratchet, they ghetto. It's crazy to hear other Black people have that type of rhetoric towards each other.
Is he lying? I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know I did. I enjoyed my weekend. This week is gonna be a really busy week. It's gonna be my busiest week of recording videos and talking about what's going on around the world, especially when it comes to the CBDC, the central bank. What is that? The central bank digital currency. We're going to talk about that soon. But today, I want to talk about something that I received an email from somebody telling me that that I'm too harsh, and a lot of it comes from that I'm too harsh on Blacks, and want to know if I was born here in the United States, and if not, or if my parents weren't from here, then that means that I wouldn't understand Black Americans' plight. And that's a bunch of bull. And so I want to talk about why I speak out against not Blacks, especially, like I said, hardworking. And you can see in any other videos I talk about that. I speak out on the ghetto-minded Blacks, the ones that always causing problems, no care in the world, very ignorant, always destroying things. Whatever they get, it's destroyed. Look at Section 8. I'm talking about these Blacks that, very violent. I mean, very violent, and videos after videos will show you World Star. That's all they like to show is Blacks being aggressive, being animals, attacking people. And so this is what I want to cover. So the reason why I want to talk about this is because there comes a time when we need to realize that the bad behavior cannot be tolerated anymore. And when and I'm talking about Blacks that like to just turn a blind eye or pray that everything will come to normal, or want to say that the reason why we're acting like this is because of racism or, slavery, or they go always back into that. When we get to a point where we have to actually get together and really stand up for what is right is when we'll probably start seeing change. Will we see an end to racism? No, I think racism is going to be around for a long time, because there will always be people that dislike others because of the color of their skin. That's Black, white, Hispanic, Asian. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be that handful. So, we just need to know how to deal with those type of individuals. I'm talking about, though, the ones that feel like everything should be given to them. They shouldn't have to do anything. And whenever you say that you need to work hard, have ambitions and dream, work hard to achieve the best, you see these people go back to 400, 500 years ago, and, you treated my people bad. And mind you, these Blacks are privileged Blacks that are very naive to the fact that they're naive to the fact that they shouldn't really be asking for a handout. They should not be looking for government help. They should be wanting to educate themselves, wanting to grow, become something successful, have a legacy. It might not be a legacy where it's in the books, but a legacy so that your family can always say, my sister, my brother, my dad, my grandfather, did this and that. Create that kind of legacy. I wish in my life I would have done that from when I was young. I didn't. I squandered it when I was young. I wish that I could make changes, but it's too late. I'm already grown, so now I need to just take what I have now and move forward. And that's why I went and got a college education. And now I can take what I learned and so forth and move forward and try to help others try to achieve their goal, try to get an education, whether it's in trade school or college. At least they will be set for the future. And people like me don't have to sit there and be like, oh God, please bury me 6 feet deep, because these kids coming up now, they're going to destroy this planet. And I'm afraid to say that right now, the way it looks, these young black kids are going to destroy blacks here in America. And why blacks everywhere else in the Caribbean islands, in Africa, they want no part of blacks here. They think we're lazy. They think we're lazy. We destroy things. They feel like we're no good. And sooner or later, we could sit down and scream about racism all we want, but soon we're gonna have to be real with ourselves and realize that we are destroying ourselves. We are allowing those those with bad behaviors to destroy the bigger picture. And so I think that if we don't get a hold of this situation now with the gang members, the high crime, the homicide, I mean, if we don't get a hold of this and really address it head on, don't sit here and cry about racism, don't cry about none of this stuff, slavery, just address the real problem. And I think if we do that, we're going to start seeing a different light. But right now, that's not happening. And by 2065, we should be fourth in population. It makes no sense that we were second in population. We fell, and now we're third. And by 2065, we will be fourth in population. We'll be 13%, while Asian Americans will probably be 14% in population. So, and the only ones that we can blame is ourselves, because the writing is on the wall. We see it, yet we ignore it, and we pretend like if it's everybody else's fault but ours. And I used to have that kind of mentality. I used to say, oh, the white man this, the white man that, oh, the white man, blah, 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 all the time. It's when I got an education and I started to open my mind and I started to listen to others, is where I said, I'm not a victim. I'm a victor. I will never be a victim, and I never want to have that victim mentality. And I don't want to be around people that have that kind of mentality, that victim mentality. If I have to be around people like that, then I'm doing myself a disservice, because I should be helping them to understand life and to get out of that mindset, instead of just sitting there, just staying quiet, letting them dictate how we should think and feel. I lost a lot of friends. I used to have a lot of friends, especially when I was in working for, I wouldn't say it was a major, you could say the major airline, but I had a lot of friends there. And when I started to support Donald Trump, they just really attacked me, hated my guts. I mean, I lost a lot of friends because they feel like, Donald Trump's a racist, and anybody who supports him, they're racist too, and that's not the case. And Donald Trump has done more for the black community than Obama and Biden, if you ask me, if you want the truth. But yeah, I lost a lot of friends, and and I wish I still would have them as friends, but do I regret my decisions? No. And I'm going to keep moving forward with that. So if they want to continue calling me an Uncle Tom or a sellout or so forth, or I sound white or something like that, by all means, keep calling me that. I don't mind taking all of that, because I'm going to continue speaking the truth and telling it like it is. And the truth is that, people do not want to associate with ghetto blacks. I don't. Ghetto blacks are probably one of the worst things in America. Like I said, ignorant, lazy, always with a handout. They don't want to work. They want to be like on Section 8 welfare. And they want that and they want to continue receiving that without no ambitions to become a lawyer or something. They just, and it's sad. And the black men should be more awake, because black men since blacks are the poorest, if you look at the numbers, they were down at 38%, while I think Hispanics are at 40 something, I can't remember. But if you look at the numbers, we're only 13%. Black women are the breadwinners, while the black men are struggling. And that's the truth. And there's a lot of things that's causing black men to struggle. Debt, like child support and so many other things, paying back restitution when you go to prison and things like that. Like so much lack of education, no support. It's a bad thing to even think about, but it hurts me when I see these black leaders not even addressing this issue, where black men are one of the poorest here in America. And so, I have to speak out, because I don't know what it is, why they choose violence over success, why they choose that victim mentality instead of victor mentality. We're doomed. I don't think anybody take us serious. We're stereotyped. So if we walk into a store, I don't care who it is, you're automatically looked at as if you're going to steal or anything like that. The writing's on the wall, yet we tend to ignore it and play stupid. And I just don't get it. And I don't get why we don't stand strong and actually do something about this. Even people in other places don't even want us around. They'll take everybody else, and they'll also take blacks that's hardworking, decent, just want to enjoy life, but they refuse the ghetto blacks. I mean, and at this point, they don't even care.
African people stay here, I have Jamaican people stay here, I have white people stay here, I have Spanish people stay here, and I have black Americans stay here. I'm not saying not all black Americans are bad, but the ones that came to my place have been nothing but problem. Only 2 good ones came here, out of all of them. Fight late at night, not with me, with each other. They're disrespectful, they're entitled, they're unappreciative. And it is that way because America has spoiled them and give them so much free shit. Where they think they could come to Jamaica and get the same free shit out here and be nasty about it. I'm not saying all of you are like that. But because of that, I'm not risking my health and my happiness for people. No short-term stay. No short-term stay. It's not going to happen here. I'd rather eat salt and banana and let goats and cows live into my houses than I have people come here and stress me. And I would not hate my business because of customers. A lot of business people are miserable because of some kind of customer. Not this place. I don't want, my place is drama-free. Cute while they piss people off. Because if you don't look cute, nobody will listen to you. Anyway, I have so much phone calls from people asking me, I'm Jamaican, but I live in the U.S. Can I come to your place? I'm African, but I live in the U.S. Can I come to your place? Because you said no black people allowed. Listen, people. I know the media have twisted this in 3 different angles and are millions way because it went viral. So you guys believe what the media said. So let me break this down for you, okay? I would never have made a video that said no black people allowed here. I don't care what color your skin is. You're welcome if you're respectful. My business is not based on money. Whether you believe it or not, I was raised eating dumpling and butter, breadfruit and butter, so I don't mind being poor. I don't mind going back to have nothing to eat once I'm happy. I was in America making a lot of money. I come back to nothing. You're going to understand where I'm coming from, how serious. You cannot destroy my business because it doesn't base on money. Get that through your head. Next, I want to tell you, let's talk about what I don't want here. I don't want any ghetto Black Americans here. No ghetto entitled, spoiled Black Americans that America has spoiled. I don't want them here. Will not change that, okay? And I'm not going to change the verbiage. I'm saying exactly what I feel. I was a landlord in America for 10 years. Let me tell you, I've had tenants that their rent was $12 because Section 8 paid the rest of it for them. You're like, I don't get any free shit. What is free shit you're talking about? I don't get free shit. You got a lot of free shit. Those are the people I don't want here. $12 a rent, you'll pay. You have Benz, you drive, you wear $400 a wig, name brand shoes, your kids wear name brand shoes, and you work minimum hours so you don't lose your Section 8. You got food stamps, you buy lobster, steak, and God knows what everything is. And people that work in 3 jobs can't afford the food. They could buy that on government assistance. I don't want you ass here because I work very hard for everything I have. So I don't want no entitled, spoiled, and grateful Black Americans here. If you work respectful, I'm even open to offer short-term stay for the right people. One thing I learned about the ghetto people too, they have a way of hiding who they are. Because they've been cheating the system so long that they pretend to be something else to get money off the government. And so that's what you do. You call me, you pretend to be somebody else, and when you come here, you show your real true colors. There's none of that here. If you come in your ghetto, you gotta leave. Period. I don't care about your money.
So now you heard her. Now she didn't say she wasn't gonna rent to Black Americans. She was just talking about a specific type, the ghetto ones, the ones that she's right, entitled, living large. I mean, materialistic thing is big to them. They drive the expensive cars. We're pulling up in the projects, expensive bags, shoes. The ones that work, that have to budget their money and everything, those are the ones that can't afford that life of luxury. But because the government is just giving away money to these people, it's sad that they take advantage of it and then play the victim when things don't go their way, or JoJo just got arrested for selling drugs or shooting somebody or killing somebody. You know, this is what I think a lot of people are talking about. And I would say though to Hispanics, whites, and Asians, I mean, speak up. I'm bold enough to say that I understand that I'm Black and so whatever, but I think we need to hear it from a lot of people because this has got to stop. It has to stop because we Black Americans are not winning. We are not winning. We are failing, and we're failing in every metrics. And that's the truth. We can't read. We lead in illiteracy. I mean, homicide. Blacks, the age of 0 to 35, the number one cause of death, homicide. It's sad. From 0 to 35, the number one cause of death for Blacks is homicide. Now, you got to be kidding me. And here's the really sad part is the homicide that most Blacks die from are from other Blacks, And, you'll hear and anytime you try to hold certain people accountable or to say, hey, this is what's going on, the first thing they say is, well, the white people do it too, and oh, this and that. And stop. We need to really be held accountable. When I was doing my junk, it came to a point where I was homeless and lost everything. And I had to wake up and I had to hold myself accountable. I had to sit down and say, hey, yes, I did this. Yes, I did that. So the problem is the ones here, the Blacks here, they don't want to hold themselves accountable, and others refuse to hold them accountable. I listened to, I remember, a Black girl screaming. It was, I can't remember what this riot was for. It was just, us tearing the streets apart as usual, but it was for some riot. And this Black girl get on the news and she's screaming. I'm afraid of the police. I think the police had killed a Black person, but she's screaming, I'm afraid to walk out in the street because I'm going to get killed by the police. And I was saying that I'm watching this on the news, and I'm saying to myself, "Phew, I'm afraid to walk down the street because I'm afraid if I see another black person, he's gonna kill me." So when she said that, I wanted to bust out laughing because she was 100% wrong. The person that you have to be afraid of is the other black person. This is why older black people are afraid of black people, because at any time they will get violent, and especially if they don't have anything, they will attack you for whatever you have. And I heard they say it's because they feel more comfortable robbing it. But that is the dumbest thing I ever heard.
It is a fun pre-prom party spiraled into a nightmare.
And now police are searching for the person who opened fire in the parking lot of Detroit's Martin Luther King High School with teens nearby. Good evening, everyone. I'm Taryn Asher.
And I'm Ruth Raj. Fox 2's Scott Wolchek talks with a photographer who was there to catch the chaos on camera.
Around 20 shots fired at the senior prom send-off of about 200 students.
Hectic, scary. I didn't know where to run. Kids flying out of here in all type of cars, traffic everywhere. Police was just sitting there. I mean, it was a secure area, but it just turned crazy like a movie real quick.
Devon Hall had been taking photos and videos of students decked out in dresses and suits to celebrate their prom at MLK Senior High on Detroit's east side when the shots rang out.
I recorded just instantly. Then I just started seeing the kids running around, following them, and I was just trying to be aware as I can. And just
Nobody was injured, but plenty were scared.
I'm sorry that y'all had to go through this, man. We are not like this. King High School has been elevating, has been bringing nothing but good news to the community. So this is just like something that's just so depressing.
Devon says prior to the shooting, everyone was in a great mood. The gunshots seemingly came out of nowhere, and now police are looking for this person of interest.
A menace to society, man. This is something that we don't need in this type of community. We trying to grow and elevate something that we don't need.
When bullets fly, people die. And we just can't have you shooting around a school, around a prom, around a graduation, anything like that.
Pastor Mo with the Living Peace Movement says this type of gun violence has to stop. Somebody will get hurt. He believes more mentorships are needed. His words to the students in the video.
You didn't deserve to be scared like that. You didn't deserve to have bullets ring out over your one night of celebration. Celebrate and keep on achieving, and use this as a tool to say, I'm not going to be involved in violence.
Police want to find that person of interest. There is a reward. You can call Detroit Police, or you can call Crime Stoppers and leave an anonymous tip at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Reporting in Detroit, Scott Wolchek, Fox 2 News.
So you see, even at a prom, something goes off. And this is what people are afraid of. And if you don't believe me, like even down to our movies, I was just saying about Tyler Perry movie, and people say, "Oh, I love Tyler Perry." Well, Tyler Perry movies are typical, the same thing over and over. Anytime you see a Tyler Perry movie come out, I know it's going to be the same thing because we feel that's black culture, that kind of talking and just the behavior. And it's not. And it's always, something with a gang member or something. And it's crazy. And I would love to see when we do movies where it's just a movie, where we could just be, people. If we fall in love, if we're on an adventure, if it's sci-fi, the future, something like that. I was looking at what's that movie with Denzel Washington, and he plays like the guy who goes into, it's like in the future, it's a dystopian type situation, but he has to take the Bible from one place to the other, and he has to deliver this Bible, and he's been walking all this time just to deliver this Bible, and like people shooting at him for some reason, he's protected and he can fight, and yet he was blind. Now, I didn't hear black, white, this and that, because I guess in those times when you have nothing, nobody cares about skin color. So I wish we could do more movies like that, where we are portraying ourselves as, doctors, lawyers. Not the part where like we portray ourselves like these big high fashion people, and then next we got JoJo down here acting a fool or something like that. That's what kills me. But our black kids love certain type of movies. They love certain type of situations. I'm gonna play something for you so you can see what I'm talking about.
Hey yo, chill, son. You're not even with her no more. Man, when I'm done with you, you ain't gonna be with her no more either. Yo, fuck me. No, fuck you and that corny ass hair.
Yo,
What happened to you?
and this girl I've been messing with.
Her baby dad and his boy just ran up on me, son. A word? Yeah, man, they not even together no more, man.
You screwing his baby moms. Put yourself in his shoes. Approach him like a man. He'll respect that.
Hey, yo, let me holler at you, son. Man, I know when you and Tisha shares an unbreakable bond. That sort of connection just don't go away. So she got a good thing going on right now, son. And I ain't trying to be the kid's father or nothing. Just trying to be a man. So look, maybe we can come up with some sort of understanding.
He ain't gonna be no understanding.
What?
Goofy nigga, man.
You know what the funny part is about that little film that I just showed? The guy who approached the other guy to say, hey, let's work something out. Now, see, that's reasonable. But you know who the ghetto blacks would praise? The violent one. They would praise him and call the other one a punk. Now, I'm telling you, these type of movies, these type of shows like The Wire and so forth, are stuff that these ghetto blacks enjoy. And that's why I said we glorify bad behavior. We martyr it. George Floyd, he's no martyr, but we martyr him. We said he was a saint, even though this guy went and with him and his buddies attacked this pregnant woman. This guy had fentanyl all on him when the day that the police had arrested him, where he said he couldn't breathe, he swallowed a crap load of fentanyl. I feel that the fentanyl is what killed him. I think the cops should be in trouble, because once somebody says I can't breathe and you see that you're down there, I think the fentanyl was killing this guy. They should have called immediately for some type of medical attention. I think regardless of if they're lying or telling the truth, if you want to protect yourself, call the police. Call for medical help. Don't sit there and just, assume that maybe they're lying or something like that. I don't think his knee killed him, but I do think that he should have addressed the situation. The guy was already handcuffed, addressed the situation. But going back, that's what we love. We love the bad behavior and we martyr it, and it's really sad. So for those people that think that blacks, the wealth gap is because of slavery and all this privilege stuff, it's a lie. It's a scam to get black people to be angry and emotional. It is a scam so that the race hustlers and the race pimps can continue profiting off of your ignorance. It is the biggest scam next to Bill Clinton and the housing scam. It's a scam. Please do not fall for it, because the only ones who win is, like I said, the ones who keep pushing the agenda, like the media, the Democrats, race hustlers. These people continue pushing it, and the ones who fall for it but end up failing, like I said, in every metrics, are those ghetto blacks. This was a good one to talk about. I wanted to express this because there were people out there that felt that I was being too harsh. And no, I'm just being real, and I'm just saying it like it is. But besides that, you guys have a great night. I should be coming up with another video real soon. And I like to hear from you guys. You can reach me at themarkperspective@gmail.com, or just leave a comment. I will respond. Take it easy. Peace.